I really don't understand the point of kissing. In movies, they hype it up as this big romantic gesture with sweeping camera motions and Celine Dion music. But if you really think about it, kissing is really just two people smashing their mouths together. Of all the methods to display affection, why did humans decide to be like, I'm gonna show you how much I love you by sucking on your face hole with my hamburger tube? I wasn't always of this mindset. Freshman year of high school, I was an intensely hopeless romantic, emphasis on the hopeless. Yeah, surprisingly, my Chemical Romance t-shirt and beaver teeth were not the stuff of teenage boys' dreams. I also went to an art school where all the boys were either gay, taken, or boys, so the odds weren't in my favor either. Also, I was too afraid to admit I was pansexual, but that's a video for another time. So sophomore year, I was growing accustomed to being forever alone, but I still yearned for that sweet, sweet high school sweetheart kiss. The passion, the romance, the camera angles. Problem was, I am a terrible flirt. Literally, one time, a crush was waving at me and I just went, "What are you doing?" The stuff of teenage boys' dreams. Right here. But something borderline supernatural happened the night of the sophomore year Halloween dance. I was there as a volunteer performer in the haunted house, along with a certain someone I'm going to call Dashing Tenacious Fellow, or DTF for short. I knew DTF previously because he was in my beginning improv class, art school, and I thought he was pretty cute, but it never really developed into one of my typical obsessive crushes. And he was a little gross, a little bit cringy. He's like one of those edgelord kids, you know what I mean? So as I enter the library where all the other performers are getting made up in their costumes and makeup, I see DTF getting this monster prosthetic stuff in his face. And so I go up and ask him, "Oh, what are you supposed to be?" And I swear to God, this kid turned and said, "Your boyfriend." That was awfully forward, but because I'd never been flirted on before, I just thought, oh, he's just being nice. It's probably nothing. But no, the cheesy pickup lines continued throughout the entire night. He kept trying to hold my hand, called me his girlfriend, and then he finally popped the question. "I don't know why, but I really feel like making out with you." What a Casanova! And you know what I said? Interesting. And throughout the night, I kept going back and forth about whether I actually wanted to kiss him. I mean, on the one hand, I barely knew him. And when I imagined how my first kiss would go, I always thought it would be special and with someone I actually cared about and had a real connection with. And whenever something legit like this happens, I get this just sick, nervous feeling in my stomach. Like I don't feel fully comfortable with the idea of actually going through with it. But something else kept nudging me to that second option. Call it desperation or... yeah, it was total desperation. I was like, girl, look in the mirror. When is a cute straight guy ever gonna like you enough to want to kiss you in your entire life? Yeah, I was very insecure in high school. I still am insecure, let's face it. So as soon as he got his monster makeup off, I was like, let's do this. Let's play pong with each other's uvulas, or however kissing works. So after our shift in the haunted house ended, DTF took me to the back of the library, which wasn't really the back of the library because our school's library was shaped like a giant metal cone. Art school. And then without giving me any warning at all, he grabbed my face and just freaking went to town. I still remember initially pulling away because I had to put down my tin Doctor Who TARDIS lunchbox. I was like, it's a metal lunchbox, I can't just drop it, I need to put it down. But then I went to continue and instantly realized that I have no idea what I'm doing. And apparently, neither did he. Now, I might not be an expert on tonsil tennis, but I had the educated guess that it was when two people's lips are stacked over top each other like Jenga blocks. But this dude, he proceeded to engulf my mouth with his mouth like a great white shark and then started making an abstract painting inside of it with his tongue. There was no swell of passion or Celine Dion music, just the silent, awkward smacking of each other's lips. I didn't really feel anything, I just thought to myself, how is his mouth so cold? God, kissing is so overrated. Somebody should really bring back romantic hand-holding. What is wrong with romantic hand-holding? But because this was my first time, I was determined to make it work. I tried opening and closing my mouth mouth, not unlike a fish. I was twisting his head back and forth, like maybe if I get in at a certain angle, it'll work. There was a certain point in the middle of it where he stopped and turned, and then I stopped and turned and saw that, oh, another underclassman was just watching all of this happen very awkwardly. I don't even think she thought we were kissing. I think she was ready to call 911 to report cannibalism on DTF. So for a good couple minutes, I'm just twisting his head, opening and closing my mouth, and was trying to find the difference between his lips and his tongue. He eventually just pulled away, gave me the most awkward hug ever, as if to say, let's stop this now before we further embarrass ourselves, and then just left. And so I was just left there, leaning against this giant metal cone, his saliva still on my chin, and I thought, that's it? That's all kissing is? What the hell was that? Is he gonna go around telling everyone what happened? Is he gonna start saying that we did more than what we actually did and try to slut shame me? I really hate that society programs girls to think that they should be shamed for expressing their sexuality while guys get to be praised for doing this exact same thing. So I knew that in order for slut shaming not to happen, I needed to be the one controlling the story. So you know what I did? I told everyone. I didn't use his name, I'm not a dick. I just told my friends that I had a really terrible kiss at school, described it more or less the same way I did just now, and people actually liked it and even found it a little bit funny and endearing, which really helped because I was absolutely mortified at the time. Eventually, I wrote the story down, submitted it to a writing contest, and it won an award. I wrote down my cringy first kiss story, and it won an award for humor writing. Oh, the irony! Now, with every embarrassing moment, I like to find a life lesson from the experience. I realized that back then, I was so insecure and so desperate to get a first kiss that I settled for the first guy who asked me, and it ended up being a really mediocre experience. And I know there are people out there who feel pressure to do certain things by a certain age because that's what's expected, like kiss or date someone or even have sex. And they settle for experiences that they're not that invested in and are only doing it just to do it, just to say, yeah, I did that. But because you're not emotionally invested in them, they end up not being that great. I have a friend who let this really cringy, awful guy kiss her, and when I asked her why she let him do it if she wasn't really into him, she said, I don't want to be a kissing virgin by college, which is ridiculous to me. So to those people out there who are stressing about the fact that, oh, I need to have my first kiss now, or why don't I have a boyfriend? I just want to say, do things for yourself, not because you feel like you have to. And there's no shame in waiting for the right moment and the right person, because it's better to wait for a good experience than rush into a series of bad ones. And if you do find yourself with a bad kiss, write it down, and you just might get an award out of it. It's a better kisser than DTF. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just burped. If you guys have any cringy kiss stories, let me know in the comments down below, and let's cringe together. I do have a video coming out. It's been taking a long time to make, but it is coming, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can make sure to get a notification when it comes out. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!